Welcome to the Weldies. This is for whoever needs to hear this message. Let's see. Hope you're doing great. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. This reading. Let's see. Messages for the world. This one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, 4 cards. I have the Devil and the Four of Cups. In the exterior energy we have the Knight of Swords, and in the bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Wands. So, well, this energy feels a little bit obsessive. A little bit obsessive, especially the external behavior. With the Knight of Cups and the Devil. I think this is related to some kind of forceful action. Maybe it's because of, maybe related to the war that is going on around the world. The energy that I'm feeling is a little bit difficult to read. And the sense, the feeling that I get with the Devil and the 4 Cups is like not being able to receive things that are good from the universe. There is an energy of closeness, like an emotional response of being okay with what we have and not wanting to receive anything else. This being biological response with the Devil. And if I switch the energies a little bit, this could be in the outs. It could be seen from the outside like someone is actually stable or closed off, and that thing may be based on obsessions or of control struggles, need to control. From a need to keep things together and not being able to ask for help. And the exterior is the world of someone is actually trying to help from the exterior, but there is a lot of closed off energy, like, no, I don't want that. And with the Seven of Wands. Let's say the external, there is an exterior, like a obsession from the exterior as well. So it's kind of like a mirroring, you know, with the Knight of Swords and the Devil. It's like, you know, but internally there might be a situation in which someone is closed off, obsessively trying to protect or self-preserve, or trying to deal with like trying to feel a sense of emotional control within themselves by using Capricornian ways, for example, like controlling emotions, you know, so by restrictions, for example, by restricting yourself from the external intervention that's trying to happen. There is a kind of like a sense of security, but that is not well, and by doing this you feel like the exterior is trying to dominate you by giving you things you don't require, by providing you things, or by going and trying to get close to you, trying to give you ideas, especially ideas. The Knight of Swords is like obsessive ideas from the exterior. People is trying to exert mind control with thoughts, and it's almost like a war, and almost a lot of cruelty as well, or dry obsessive thoughts. That's what you perceive to be coming, like they're trying to invade your mind obsessively. But there is also a mirroring. So I say that in a personal, individual energy, there is a need to have a sense of control, and by restricting, we feel that we have a little bit more individual control in our lives. And the external, like the society, I mean, like, you know, society is the sum, the addition of every individual, you know, action. So I see that individuals around the world are trying to use a Capricornian way to control and to provide a sense of stability, and that's actually working. It's being able to preserve life and preserve stability, and to grow, or not grow, but it's almost like not grow, but stagnation, you know, or grow very slowly like plants do, growing and very slowly. I don't think that's bad at all. It's nothing bad to grow slowly. It's okay. There is someone coming from the outside, you know, in my neighbor. One of my neighbors is coming from work, so the dogs are starting. One dog is starting to work. Thank you so much for not barking that much. Well, but the external world is trying. I mean, people feel like the external is trying to bombard them with so much thoughts, and that feels so domineering, you know, so domineering. So it's like people is by doing this, by closing their personal boundaries with the structures with that restrictions, you know, kind of Capricornian restrictions from the outside, for example, like taking boundaries and having limits. They feel like they are under attack from the world, from the external world. And at the same time, when they finally, for example, in an individual place, when they actually, by not dealing, because I don't see that there is a lot of dealing with emotions, it's just like restricting by restricting interaction. You're not actually dealing with the emotions. So every time you get into, like you get online, you just also end up doing what others are doing, which is throwing a lot of words, throwing a lot of domineering thoughts that are further reflect what society is also doing, or what you perceive that society is doing in your life. So a lot of projection in that is based on a need to connect with ourselves more, with our emotions, with our knowing how we are reacting, okay, and knowing why, for example, we need to disconnect, and more than knowing is like starting to process, not restricting our emotions very much, because those emotions are there for you to understand. There is some reality, some phenomena, some emotional phenomena going on. So those are messages from your body that need to be felt and heard and seen and acknowledged and processed and understood. understood. So they are being able to so they're processed, so they're released, so they are not making you feel so anxious, so limited, so frustrated, angry. A lot of anger. It's like anger. Okay, so there is a need to address these energies, these with the devil. A need to change, okay, and by that I mean like flowing. It's good that that we have limits, so people don't give us, for example, a lot of. They try to make us believe that they're giving us good advice, like a cup of something that could be nice, but you actually already have 3 cups in this card, so you're kind of. It's okay that you feel that those 3 cups are enough, okay? That's something that's good. And feeling enough is something that's good, okay? And feeling satisfied with what you already have, and being protective of your life with Capricornian boundaries, for example, like having a structure in your life in the way in which you get, or you allow people to get to you, or get to you, close to you. Close to your cups, and at the same time there is a need to go beyond this. Okay. I love when I say that. I remember someone from the past. I used to say okay all the time. Okay, like that. There is a need to process, to go beyond, okay? So to acknowledge, to be grateful for the life that you have, being grateful for the beautiful stability and satisfaction that you are allowed to have when you give yourself in this beautiful curated experience, by having boundaries and by having limits, by restricting yourself or restricting the exterior to get to you. And at the same time, we have to acknowledge that life's need, we may be feeling stagnated, like, okay, we are protecting ourselves, but now our life is wanting to keep on growing. And we need to allow life to grow, okay? And restrictions are not a synonym or something that is going to allow us to grow very much. If we are obsessed with being stagnated, like with keeping ourselves grounded that much, okay? There is a need for us to get up from the grass, that groundedness that we have, and allow our energy to move on from a very obsessive, protective, overprotective place, And it's important that we connect, or we allow, and we are very discerning of how we want to grow. And having structure, having these structures is not bad. That's what I say, is that you already have a structure in which a way of growing that has been facilitating you in your stability until now. And you have to you have to allow your life to keep on flourishing. Okay, and be patient, be very intentional, be very allowing of this tree, you know, a symbolic, you know, a tree symbolizing your life to unfold and to grow and grow and grow as it should grow. Okay, as trees grow, it could be a slow growth, but your tree needs to keep on growing. So allow it to grow. Okay, allow it to grow. Protect your life. Have those beautiful boundaries so your tree grows strong, you know, and the trunk is very strong, you know, and the force of these winds of thoughts that come from the outside, or that come from your mind, for example, in times where you're obsessed with thinking, to not come and destroy your tree or burn it, you know, or sabotage it, to cut it and to destroy it. Okay, because when we are acting out from a very controlling place, and we forget that we need to let go of a need of stagnation and on control, so life keeps on moving on. Otherwise, we start to limit and to imprison our life. You don't want to imprison your life. Life is not meant to be imprisoned, or caged and restricted. Life is meant to be expanded, to be experienced. Okay, you can be growing as slowly as grass, or as plants grow, you know. And so connect with that part of yourself that is very, maybe sometimes slow, but slowly you can grow day by day, and address these thoughts by having a I am enough mindset. Okay, but you already have this kind of mindset in some way, because you are content by staying on your ground with your 3 cups, and you don't want to get more from the exterior. Okay, so there is you have already learned how, in some level, how to be happy, satisfied, or at least peaceful, stable with what you have right now. Okay, so that is a sign of you having I am enough. This, what I have, is enough. I am significant enough. Okay, this is significant enough. I am grateful for what I have now. Okay, so by having that, remember that your mind accepts everything that you give it. Okay, so give what you want to have in your mind, and understand that you have to filter what comes and gets in your mind. If you think something obsessively, your mind, your brain is going to change, literally change its patterns, its structures. So if you think, for example, that the exterior, the entire planet is in some way, like you're judging certain parts of your life, or you're judging yourself or other people, as many times as you repeat something in your mind, or you're let things to be in your mind with repetitions, you're going to be creating patterns and psychological structures that could either help you or destroy you. Okay, so be very intentional with that. Okay, and connect with your energy, connect with you. Life is with you. Okay, life is with you, and that's all I can say for now. So oh, sorry for the barking dog. So yeah, this has been your reading, and another message is the Chariot. So keep on going, keep on going. You have light inside of you, and that use your whole being, connect with your whole being, and try not to be caged and restricted by your own mind. Okay, give and allow. Remember, your mind is like a home. Okay, like a temple, a literal temple. So have in your mind what you want to have in your life, in your mind. Okay, so don't give your mind thoughts that are not good for you and make you feel bad. Okay, and that's all for now. The dogs are barking. The dog is barking a lot, so I'm gonna cut this right now. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope you have a good time. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. You are enough, remember. Okay, thank you so much.